If you've ever noticed your mind jumping straight into, I can't handle this is all going to go wrong, or what if I mess this up, then this video is for you. And today we're looking at something that can quietly shape your life. Resilience, as in your ability to meet challenges without collapsing into self-doubt, panic or overwhelm. And in this video I'd like to guide you through a powerful technique to help you to retrain your mind to respond with calm confidence instead of automatic worry. Hi, I'm Dave and a warm welcome to Dave's Mindcraft, the place where caring and overwhelmed minds can find calm, clarity and develop a more positive and resilient mindset. And the MindCraft Framework helps you to move from pressure to clarity, from emotional heaviness to strength, and from simply coping to genuinely growing. And today we're exploring the D in my MindCraft Framework, which stands for Develop Resilience, and how to build coping tools and strategies, develop confidence and strengthen your mental muscles so you can face challenges with greater steadiness and self-belief. Now, resilience doesn't start with trying harder. It starts with how you relate to life when it doesn't go your way. We can't control everything that happens to us, but we can choose how we respond. And instead of reacting on autopilot, resilience invites a pause, a small space where you can say, okay, this is tough. How do I want to respond to it? And that tiny gap between stimulus and response is where resilience is built. And we also begin to shift how we see challenges. So rather than seeing difficulties as something life is doing to us, we can gently ask, what might I learn from this? How might this help me to grow? And that doesn't mean pretending the situation is easy or fair. It simply means we allow difficult moments to shape our strength, insight and our self-understanding. And resilience also involves learning to work with your emotional state instead of feeling trapped inside it. You begin to notice what you're focusing on, the meaning you're giving to events, and even how your body holds itself. Because sometimes the fastest way to change how you feel is to change your breath, your posture or your movement, telling the nervous system I'm safe and I can handle this. We also bring our attention back to what we can actually influence as well. So rather than pouring energy into things outside of our control, we ask, what small step can I take here? Because resilience grows through action, even tiny actions. And finally, resilience is fueled by purpose. When you know why something matters to you, you find strength to continue, even when it's uncomfortable. And you begin to question old limiting beliefs like, I'm just not someone who copes well, and replace them with, I'm still learning and I am getting stronger. All of these pieces together form the psychology of resilience that we're strengthening in this step of the Minecraft journey. And let me bring this to life with a real story of resilience about someone many of you will know, Sylvester Stallone. Now, I'm a long-time Rocky fan and I practically grew up with the movies, and they served as an inspiration of never giving up, having that dogged determination of keeping on going when the odds are against you. And a quote Rocky often uses in one of the latter films is, it ain't over till it's over. Anyway, before Rocky existed, Sly wasn't a famous actor. He was being rejected again and again at auditions, regularly told he wasn't right, not talented enough, not what they were looking for. But he had a story inside of him. He wrote the script for Rocky, and when studios became interested, they wanted to buy the script, but have someone else play Rocky. And here's the resilience part. He said no. Even though money would have made his life much easier at the time, even though it meant more waiting, more uncertainty and more rejection, he stayed connected to his why. And he believed the story meant something. He believed he was meant to play that role. And he believed in himself enough to keep going, when it would have been easier to just give up. And eventually a studio agreed to make the film with him as Rocky. And the film went on to become a global success, winning awards and inspiring millions of people. But the important bit is this: the success wasn't just the film. The success was the resilience it took to hold on to his dream through setbacks, criticism and doubt. And resilience is rarely glamorous in the moment. It often looks like waiting, trying again, hearing no and choosing not to let those define you. And that's what Sly did. And that's what developing resilience allows you to do too. Stay connected to your values, your goals, and your sense of who you are, even when the path isn't easy. Now the good news is it's a skill you already have and can develop too. And I'd like to guide you through an NLP technique that can help you strengthen it. It's called the Swish Pattern. And just to mention, if you're not familiar with NLP or neuro-linguistic programming, I've provided an overview of it in the description part of this video, so do take a look. As I refer to it in many of my videos, it's a powerful set of tools to help you work with and get the best from your mind. So, the Swish Pattern helps to retrain those automatic reactions your mind makes. The instant picture it jumps to when you feel challenged. And for many people, this picture is, I fail, I can't cope, this goes wrong. And the Swish Pattern helps you to replace that mental habit and picture with a new one. I meet challenges with steadiness and self-belief. Now I must just make it clear that it's not ideal for deeply traumatic memories, complex grief, situations needing safeguarding or professional therapy, or problems without a clear trigger image. Those benefit from slower, supportive and more therapeutic approaches, so please just be mindful of when you're using this. So the simple rule of thumb is to use the Swish Pattern when you find yourself saying, as soon as X happens, I automatically think, feel, do, and I don't want to do that anymore. And that's exactly its territory. So let's walk through it together, and you can close your eyes if this helps, and let me walk you through step by step. So, step 1, choose a typical trigger. Think of a situation where you normally worry, freeze, talk yourself down, feel overwhelmed. Just pick one and keep it simple. And then step 2, notice the old picture. Notice what your mind shows you automatically. Maybe it's you shrinking back. You're anxious or frustrated or flustered. Things are going badly. People judging you. And just recognise it and say gently to yourself, that's the old pattern. And then step 3, create the resilient you. Now imagine you in the same situation but responding differently. More calmer, steadier, breathing more slowly, speaking to yourself kindly, trusting you will handle this moment. See how you stand, feel the grounded energy in your body. This is still you, just you with access to your resilience. And then step 4, set up the images and imagine the old pattern large and bright, and then the resilient image small in the corner. Now swap them, and in one smooth movement, shrink and fade the old image, the negative one, and bring the resilient positive image forward, bigger, brighter and clearer. And in your mind say swish as you change them over. And do this several times. Negative, positive, and you swish it. Old, small and distant, and swish, resilient and strong, present and vivid. And notice the change, and think briefly of the original trigger again. And for many people, the old picture weakens and the new resilient image comes forward automatically. The emotional intensity softens, and this is your mind learning a new default response. So keep repeating it, swish, old and positive. And every time you rehearse panic or self-doubt, your brain learns that pattern. Every time you rehearse steadiness, grounded breath, supported self-talk and small steps forward, your brain learns that pattern instead. So you're literally strengthening your mental muscle to come back to the centre more quickly. Now, let me just offer a gentle reminder here. Resilience doesn't mean never feeling upset, never wobbling, never needing help. Resilience means you support yourself through difficulty. You choose your response more often. You grow stronger in how you meet life. You're already more resilient than you think. Your whole life so far proves that. Today you've simply given that resilience a clearer voice and a practical way to access it. And remember, resilience isn't about never failing. It's about trusting that you can always rise and learning that your resilience grows each time you choose positive nurturing thinking over self-criticism. And we'll be working on the resilience muscles more in future videos along with positive affirmations and self-talk. But I just wanted to give you something that was accessible and quick to apply in your life today. And if this has supported you in any way today, a like really helps more people find this video, and subscribing means you'll be here with me for the next steps of the Minecraft journey. And please let me know in the comments what landed most with you. So please take good and gentle care of yourself. Thank you for being here. I'm Dave, and you've been watching Dave's Minecraft. Many blessings.